Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. I have Josh with me, and we are glad to be back again with transfer news. Once again, please, guys, keep subscribing. Do not stop subscribing. Like and share our videos. Once again, my name is Isaac. I have Josh with me. Guitar is not available today. Hopefully, he joins us soon. And going right into it right away. Josh, the game that happened over the weekend on Saturday, Manchester United versus Rangers, or Rangers versus Manchester United. We see that Lenny Yoro impressed on his debut. What do you have to say about that? Because I've seen a lot of people saying this is the man, this is the defender we've been looking for. We don't, in other words, they don't miss Rafael Varane anymore. Please give me an insight about his debut. What do you think about his whole game?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game on the whole for Man United.
Yeah,
It was 2-0. A goal from Amad Diallo, who also had a
very
good
beautiful
game.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Joe Hughley.
correct.
He had a very good goal. He scored a very good goal. About Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro was the player we all came to watch. He's the player we came to see. He's the reason we were eager to watch the game. And he
Mm.
took to the club like a duck to water. He was seamless. You would have thought that he has played the whole season for the club. And just
Yeah,
on Wednesday,
yes,
they were announcing
yes.
that the boy, I'm telling you, the, just on Wednesday they were announcing that the boy was heading to the UK for his medicals. Then on Saturday he comes out and puts out such a performance. He had
Very, very beautiful
51
performance.
touches. Yeah,
Mm.
he had 51 touches on the ball. Of the 48 passes he made, he completed 44 passes, and
Mm.
there was that pass that turned out as a blind pass, but it was due to the. You can say it was due to the players not having played together. So Evans was not on the same wavelength. He passed the ball into Evans' path, but Evans didn't feel comfortable enough to get onto it. There's that diagonal pass that he made to Murray.
Mm.
Wow, beautiful diagonal pass. I mean, if we're going to see more of that in the league, I mean, Lenny Yoro, we are waiting for you. We are waiting for you. I hope he continues to do just as well.
Well, a lot of Man United fans were very, very impressed. Uh, the way he played, he's composed, he's good in the air, by the way, and he's fast too. He's fast too. I'm hoping he turns out to be a very, very good signing for Manchester United, because we don't want Manchester United players crying and mourning about their player who did cost a lot of money but is not performing well. Anyhow, moving on real quick, that was Lenny Yoro for you against Rangers. And he played only the first half. Second half, everyone was changed apart from the keeper, Onana. Well, again, moving on very fast to the transfer news, where everyone wants. This is the part or section that everyone gets excited about. Manchester United has had a bid rejected by Bayern Munich. They went in for Delight just a few hours ago. I don't know what you think about this. And it was only, I think it's way too late, 35 million euros. Bayern is holding out for 50.
Yeah, I still commend Ineos for the work they're doing. I mean, you
Mm,
cannot let because the player is desperate to join United. Yes, United wants the player, but we already have Lenny Yoro and
correct.
a few players in there who have not left, like Maguire and Lindelof, who are
Mm,
still at the club. So I mean, we are not as desperate as we were before, and the player has clearly showed that he wants to join the club. And
mm.
so has Bayern Munich, including their president making comments that would
Their
suggest
president,
that
by the their president
Delete is
talks
the
a lot.
player they're going to sell. So
Yeah,
why
yeah,
would
yeah.
you still pay 50 million plus for such a player? Why not
Mm.
negotiate down? I think 35 million euros is a good amount
Enough. Yeah.
for Delete. Yes,
Mm.
it is.
Because
It
he's
is
not a
just
player
enough.
that he used to be a few years ago. I'm not saying he's bad, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he's
He's still
declined, you know.
yes, his stock fell. His stock fell while at Bayern, and he's even played second fiddle to Kim Jae
Mm.
at Bayern, and the club is looking to offload him. So if the club is looking to offload him and they're the ones who were desperate, why would United come and just hand them 50 million plus?
I
I
agree.
think
I
35
agree.
million euros is just it's good enough. They're still
Mm.
playing catch up, but maybe we can add 2 million in add-ons.
In add-ons.
But 35 million is just about right.
You know the Bayern hierarchy doesn't play when it comes to their players, so I
Yes.
doubt they will agree for rather they will bend and take a cut. But I'm hoping and wishing all the best Manchester United fans so that you get your player. And
Yeah, they
Josh
will
Elliott,
because they
mm,
sorry.
please carry on,
I
carry on.
I think they will because with the signing of Hiroshiki Ito, who is
Mm,
25 years old, they signed him to play in the first team. So they will
mm,
already have Kim Manje,
mm.
Upamecano, and they have Ito. So they don't see a reason to keep Delete around because Delete demands to play football. So they want to offload him. It's just a matter of time, but I do think Bayern will let go.
And I also think it would be really a good add-on for Manchester United. The player knows Ten Hag very well. They are both from Holland or Netherlands. Uh, it would really, really do so well if he came and joined Ten Hag and played for Manchester United. Squad depth and everything, especially with a broom likely to happen before the transfer window closes, because I think a few players are going to be stepping out of the Manchester United t-shirt. Well, moving on forward. Sorry, Manchester United. Moving on forward, we have again another bid today, or rather, it looks like Manchester United is set to bid for Colombian central midfielder, 24-year-old who play Richard Rios, who plays for Palmeiras, and Palmeiras is a good team, by the way, very very strong. I think it's one of those teams, the way teams you would consider to produce. They always produce very, very good players from South America. Josh, please, do you think Ineos should go ahead and get the player? And also, this comes back to what you said earlier. Ineos doing really, really good business, pulling the right strings. They don't want to wait for that last minute signing where United outbidded or sometimes even overpay for a player.
Well, it is quite amazing the things that are happening at Manchester United and the work that Ineos is doing. No
Mm,
wonder that Sir Jim Ratcliffe waited for so long to have Dan Ashworth. Because if
mm,
Dan Ashworth is a sporting director and this is the work that he's doing, it is commendable. Whether we sign these players or we don't sign these players. I mean, in the
mm,
past, we have not been far apart on the players on the market. However, we have we have been very bad negotiators. Imagine a player as a fan. I watched at the Copa America in one of the games against Panama, and I was
mm.
impressed. I hoped that United bid for this kid. Richard Rios is a Colombian defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
He's very energetic. He's he dribbles the ball. He moves the ball forward. He's combative. He's combative. Like he's one of those midfielders. He's one of those midfielders who are a rare breed. Because for a
Mm.
defensive midfielder to have had more successful dribbles than Lionel Messi at the Copa America, he had
Josh, don't.
18 successful
They,
dribbles, six
they
more
both.
than Lionel Messi at the Copa
Josh,
America,
don't.
and he's a defensive
Don't.
midfielder. You
Please
understand?
don't.
So no, he does have the flair.
I
He
know,
does
but
have the
please
flair.
don't do
He's
it. Don't do it.
I am telling you the truth. He's quite
We
a
don't want a
player.
backlash.
No, 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 no. Bring it on. He's quite a player. These are
Uh,
facts. It's not that I'm making it up, but they are facts. And he
yeah.
scored a wonder goal for Colombia against Panama at the Copa America.
Yeah,
He's
it
had
was
a
a good
lot
goal.
of games in his legs. He's played over. He's made over 82 appearances since he joined Palmeiras last year, mainly because of the hectic schedule of the hectic Brazilian schedule of their football. He's had a loan in Mexico. He's a gritty player. He has all the energy in the world. He has the flair. The only problem, and he's so cheap. He's so
Yeah, I know,
cheap.
I know. But by the way, I think
But
it's always you know one thing I've noticed or realized South American
yes,
players, especially coming from South American teams or clubs, really
yes,
come on a cheap price. Do you know that?
yes,
The only
yes,
time they get expensive is if they come into these leagues of, sorry, League One, the Premier League. They go to Bundesliga or La Liga. That's when they tend to, have an increase in their price tag. But if they stay in their clubs that side in South America, bro, they always come too cheap.
yeah. Though, like you've said, him coming from South America also has one of those rare situations where the contracts are tied up between one or two people. The other
Mm,
problem, the deal will be a little complex to do,
mm.
much as it's about 17 million pounds. Um, there are about four people who have rights over
Oh my
Richard
God.
Rios. Richard
That
Rios
reminds me of
himself,
Who?
Paul
Paulo
Paul
Diala's.
Mascherano,
No, no, no,
and
no, no.
Carlos Tevez.
For,
Mm.
no, no, no. Leave that. Former Juventus player. Former Juventus player. Then went to Roma. Diabala.
Oh
You
yeah, yeah,
remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remember the
Paulo
whole
Dybala.
saga?
Yeah, yes.
Almost three, four
But you see
parties
that,
involved.
yeah, the thing is, Palameres holds 70% of his ownership, his economic rights.
Mm,
Flamengo owns 4%.
mm.
Guarani owns 16%, and the player
Oof.
himself owns 10% of his economic rights. So, I mean, right now, Palameres is saying that he has a release clause within the region of, say, 20 million euros, but they don't want to declare the release clause. They say it is unclear. All reports say that it is unclear because they don't
Bro,
want you to pay 20 million euros, because at
a
the end
true
of the day
South
they will have
a true South American contract.
yeah. Yeah, but he's quite a player though. He's quite a player. He has a lot of flair. He
Mm.
can dribble. He's energetic. He's a ball
In other
winner.
words, you would want him to join Manchester United.
I would want him to join Man United as a
Thank you.
squad player
Thank you.
and
And by
maybe
the way, one
play
other
his
thing,
way into it.
moving into rather before we move on, what's with the whole I, I don't know, is it an urge? Why is Manchester United now so interested in South American players, if not South America? But you see, they wanted a Spanish. I'm not saying is South American, but at least they almost speak the same language. You see, Ugarte is from Uruguay. Then we have another one here from Colombia. What's the whole? I won't call it I don't want to use the word that I want to use, but why is it that all of a sudden they are so
Yes.
interested in players coming from South America?
Because we do have football people at the helm of our football club for the first time in as many years. I mean,
Mm,
before we had a man who waited for the newspapers, the English media, to show him who United should sign.
bro,
I mean,
let
he was
Woodward
he
be.
was no, he was that kind of he was that no, not nothing to do with Ed Woodward, but then you saw the players that he signed over time, as in
Yeah,
he went
correct.
with what the press was fronting and who every other club was looking at. So he's
Then
the
he also
player. He
goes.
went and paid much more to get him. But when you have football people at the club, you look at the uh, we have a recruitment team. We have
Mm,
very good scouts. Yeah, we have very good scouts.
correct.
And the thing though is, when you look at the footballers in the world in the best positions, you look at Spain. Spain just won the European Championship. So definitely they do have very good footballers. When you
Mm,
go to South America as a continent, over the years, South America has been the continent. They do produce very good players. And now the allude to go to South America, we were always going to go to South America to scout talent.
mm, mm.
Yeah, and I hope we do sign Richard Rios. I mean, at 24 years old, he can come and compete, and
Uh,
we can get rid of some of the players we have in midfield, say
and who?
uh,
Uh-huh. I was going to
Eriksen,
ask.
Scott
Uh-huh.
McTominay. You know, we can get rid of them. Give Toby Collier some minutes this season. Have
Mm.
Rios and maybe Ugarte in midfield.
Yeah, I think if he's the person that he is, the way you've explained, then he would really, really, really be a great add to Manchester United. Anyway, speaking about Ugarte, please let me know what's the update on Ugarte. Is there any chance? Does it look like he's going to sign for Manchester United? Last I saw, talks were progressing, but there's still a few things that I think it's all going to depend on if PSG gets its targets, because you know they want two players. They want the Portuguese João player. They also want, of course, a forward in Victor, Nigerian
Victor
and Napoli
Osimhen.
striker. Mm,
Yes, but the profit and sustainability rules are really making teams a bit cautious. And
mm,
Man United is not going to go out there and spend 50 million plus
mm,
for Manuel Ugarte, because uh, PSG has already played its card. They've showed us that they want to get rid of the player. So there's no
mm,
rush in Man United uh, going to spend 50 million, just like the situation with Delete. Bayern played
mm,
their hand. They showed us that they want to get rid of the player. I mean, the player wants to go. We want to get rid of him, but we are asking for this much. You can still
mm.
negotiate it down. Yeah. So Manuel Ugarte, I do believe that if PSG accepts a less offer, we shall pay that money and we shall get him. But we're not paying anywhere
And
beyond 50 million or
yeah,
even the
you
50
know,
million.
I'm sorry for everyone who's watching. Manchester United is dominating the news. They are so busy. And still on Manchester United again. Another twist in the Ugarte transfer is there could be more like an exchange between Ugarte from PSG and Jadon Sancho from United. Do you see that happening? Because it's
No,
making
I
the
don't.
news and it's picking
I
up.
don't see. I don't
Or do
see
you
that
think
happening.
each one will go individually,
I don't see
separately?
that happening. I just see that as journalists and media outlets are milking the situation to create news. But if Jadon Sancho was ever going to PSG, PSG is paying
Mm,
him, is paying for him. And
for him.
if
I know.
Ugarte was coming to United, I don't see a swap deal anyway for
Well, it could be
money and
because of
player.
the FFP rules, and they don't want to break or rather, make any mess.
Yeah, but the thing though is PSG wants us to give them much more than we are willing to pay for Manuel Ugarte. So if you look at the stock of Jadon Sancho at the time, yes, we bought him for 72. He's been at the club for say 3 seasons. Then
Yeah,
we
3 seasons.
still, yeah, he might still be on our books for about 40 million, you know. I,
But
so
I
I
don't think
don't.
any team is going to give you 40M for Jadon Sancho. Honestly speaking, I don't think. And I mean,
Yeah,
me, if
then
I,
why would we pay? Why would we pay 50 for Manuel Ugarte?
well, okay. Anyway, we are going to come back on that later. Still on Manchester United, I've seen rumors that PSG's is in for Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain and Portuguese midfielder, but I'm not going to give that any attention because I think uh,
Yeah,
you know
rightly
people are just
so.
trying
That
to make news.
rightly so. That is a clickbait because
Yeah, I don't see Manchester United
Bruno,
letting Bruno go, not at all,
yeah,
especially right
Bruno
now with things
Fernandez.
falling in.
Exactly, when the environment is proper.
Mm,
Um, uh, he's been arguably our best player for what since he came to United. You know, and we've not been
correct,
great. We've not
correct.
been great, but he's stuck in there. Um, he's been he's given us life. He's given us life. I mean, yeah, we were almost done for most of the season, but he would
He was
resurrect
almost
us.
blinking red when he came and turned everything to green. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Josh, still the last one on
Well
Manchester
said.
United before we move on. Uh, there are rumors of Xavi or Xavi Simons to Manchester United. I don't know how true that is, because I remember Bayern also was rumored to be in for him, and they were willing to get him on loan. After getting him on loan the first season, uh, I mean, if he plays and he's the footballer, the attacking midfielder they want, they pay money for him. But I don't see that happening, honestly speaking. Do you think that
No,
is
he's
going
a
to happen?
decent fit. He's a decent footballer, and
Mm.
I think the links to United are because Ruud van Nistelrooy is at
And,
Manchester United as an assistant coach,
okay.
and Ruud
Yeah,
van
yeah, yeah.
Nistelrooy is the one who gave him his chance at PSV Eindhoven, as in
I still and
he
still I
would
don't see PSG letting all those players go. You know?
PSG.
Yeah.
Xavi is at Leipzig.
Red Bull.
Yeah, Xavi
Really?
Simons. Yeah.
Xavi Simons.
Yes, he's not at PSG, but nonetheless,
Ah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Xavi
sorry about
Simon.
that. Oh God, I'm thinking about another player. Sorry, sorry,
You're
guys.
thinking
Sorry,
about
guys.
Vitinha.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, but Xavi Simons was given his chance by Ruud van Nistelrooy at PSV Eindhoven. Uh,
Mm,
Ruud van Nistelrooy really trusted the kid. He gave him some good pep talk, and
yeah.
he's never looked back. He's always been that type of player. The Cody Gakpo's left PSV, and there were
Mm,
about three players that left PSV at the time, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, much as he was climbing up the table. He was actually on top of the table. Then the second season after January, he started to he had to find solutions to keep his team up there. So he gave opportunities to people like Xavi Simons, and they repaid his faith in them greatly by
actually,
very good performances. So that is
yeah,
why
yeah.
the link is there to United.
And by the way, yeah,
But if
just
he
to
were
correct
coming to
earlier when
United,
I
he could
said,
come on loan.
mentioned PSG, as
Mm.
as reading it, I'd flipped it upside and down. PSG right now, I'll say, are the leading club that wants to sign Simmons from Leipzig, if I can put it
Oh,
right. They're the leading team,
yeah.
so they have competitions from Manchester United because they're showing interest, and another competition from Bayern Munich. And I think if things are to go well, he might end up at Bayern Munich. That's
Yeah,
what I
most
think.
likely.
Anyway, yeah, moving on, guys. Going to Arsenal news right now. I know much Arsenal fans are angry. Arsenal fans are not happy. They don't see anything moving on. But moving to Arsenal news right now. Uh, Arsenal are set to sign Ricardo Calafiori. I remember us breaking the news last time. Of course, we were not the first ones, but other people, but we were among other people. But it looks like they're in advanced stages right now, and yeah, it looks like Ateta is going to get his man.
Yeah, Arteta will get his man. I always saw that this was it is one of those transfer situations that are just taking a bit too long, but in the end the deal will be struck. Calafiori
Mm,
will be announced as an Arsenal player. That
I
is
also
only
think so.
because an agreement was reached by Bologna and Arsenal after the player himself went to Bologna after his holiday and asked them to consider the offer from Arsenal. So
And it's a good
I don't
offer.
see anything. Yeah, it's a very
I
good
know they have
offer.
an issue with FC Basel, but or Basel FC, but honestly, it's a good offer.
Yeah, it is a good offer. So I don't see a reason why um, they've not yet completed the transfer.
Mm. I also think he's Bologna should be letting him go. I mean, because at least right now, I don't know, I haven't had or read anywhere where there's another concrete rather another club with concrete interest in Ricardo. They could be
Exactly.
there, but not concrete. So with this amount, which is a 42.1 million pounds, I think it's a very, very great deal.
Actually,
It's
maybe
a
the
good amount.
transaction is not even complete just because they have to sort out FC Basel.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, okay, that's Calafiori for you. Very soon joining Arsenal. Arsenal fans should be smiling. And still on Arsenal, they have signed Tommy Setford for a fee under 1M from Ajax. He's a kid who's going to join the academy and play for Arsenal's under 21. He's a goalkeeper. And, well, at least they're already starting to do something. They're already pulling strings, and yeah, they're getting busy in this window as well.
Yeah, they are getting busy in this window, but that's not the player that Arsenal fans want to be signing.
No, I think they need a
Yeah,
keeper. Come on.
they're looking for players that can bolster their squad now.
Mm,
That is the first team. But
mm.
you can say that a player who comes from Ajax and is a goalkeeper will fit into the style of play that Ateta wants to have at the club. Maybe he's seen something in this kid that
Mm.
is good for us now in the future.
Yeah, okay. Well, I also wish I wish Tommy Setford the best, and I hope he comes very soon, and starts pulling up or putting up appearances for the main team, because I know, again, as you've said, Arsenal fans are not happy, but they should be happy that at least they're getting something. Anyway, uh, real quick, in other related transfers, we have West Ham have made an initial bid to sign uh, Somerville from Leeds. However, Leeds still think they are short of West Ham is short of money. That's not the amount of money they expect West Ham to place. They haven't yet put out the exact money, but we see teams like AS Roma are also in one of those also one of those clubs that would want or have interest in the player. Then also your man Dan Ashworth, he says he made a few comments earlier on where he said Manchester United remains one of the biggest clubs in the world. The focus is on getting back to being among the best on the pitch. Together with Omar Berada and his new leadership, we will not rest until we achieve this. So you see, that's one other thing that Manchester United fans have to smile about, characters of the Ineos crew. Yeah, they're trying to make things move on well, Josh.
Yes, yeah, it is a well received message.
Mm,
He said it all. I mean, that is the list that we can expect. For a very long time, we had problems with the product that was
mm,
feeding the club. Yeah, the
mm,
product that was feeding the club was not that good. It was not well taken care of. We spent a lot of money, but not in the right places. We had a couple of managers, but only to appease the New York Stock Exchange. I
mm,
mean, it has not been good for a very long time. So I mean, when you hear messages like that from Dan Ashworth and Omar Barada
yeah,
and Ineos as a whole, it's a fresh of breath air.
I know for Manchester United fans, and I'm sure they are very happy with the activity that is happening. We talked about on Saturday. We did talk about Kubo's move to Liverpool from Real Madrid. Sorry, from Real Sociedad. But Madrid Perez is a very, 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 very good president, and for that transfer to happen, Madrid has a what sell-on clause of 50%, meaning if the transfer is 60 million euros, as it's been rumored to be, Madrid will be getting 30 million euros, half of that.
Wow.
And I don't know whether that is going to happen. Yeah. So anyway, let's wait and see. Still, former. I would call him former Tottenham because right now I know they haven't made the official announcement, but Pierre Emile is likely to join or is going to join Marseille on a 4-year contract. He's currently going under his medical as things are. And also, Man City are considering a move for the Crystal Palace and England forward Eze. And you know his price is around. He's tagged at around 68 million pounds. I think it's too
Who
much.
who wants Eze?
Man City. Sorry, Man City. Man City.
Yeah, Eze is quite a player. He's but I don't see how Crystal Palace is going to sell Olise and Eze in the same
Mm,
window
I know. I
and
don't also
remain
say it
competitive unless
unless they want to.
they get really big money from Eze.
Yeah, well, he's 68
The
million
Bayern
euros.
Munich paid 50 for Olise.
Yeah, they already have money. By the way, they already have money. You see,
Mm.
teams like Aston Villa also are pulling. I think they just paid 50 million euros
Onana,
for. Yeah, can
Amadou
you imagine?
Onana. I
Uh,
know.
I
And
didn't see that coming. I didn't see that.
uh,
I never
by the way,
thought.
I,
At first I thought it was just a Roma.
yeah, but with Aston Villa, I don't
And
understand how
Onana is
bad.
good, by the way.
No, he's good for Aston Villa. As in,
Yeah,
I almost cried when I heard that
yeah, that
United.
was a Roma that
You know, you
United were
know,
into.
there was those pundits like after games, yeah. And Onana has played, say, Everton has played against Crystal Palace, and Onana has managed to, uh, knock the ball here and there,
Those
or
are the
head,
pundits that Woodward
or make
used to
a
listen
header.
to.
Yes, then you hear them say that Manchester United need a player like Onana. I'm like, oh please, I do not want another Fellaini.
Well, moving on, another related transfer news, we have Manchester United still confident in the race for Chido Obi Martin. Chido has been approached by Manchester United, teams from German like Dortmund and Frankfurt. He's gone there, he's toured the stadiums, he's toured the facilities, and it looks like he's really happy with
Taken
what
up,
he saw
he saw at
at
United,
Carrington and
Carrington.
United as a whole. Yeah, and well, looks like we might Manchester United might get him. I say we
I
guys. I'm
really
sorry
hope
because
we do get him,
Josh.
because
Let me
if you're
first say
60,
this. I say we because I'm also a Manchester United fan. But guys, do not worry. I'm
oh,
objective. I do not take
so am
sides.
I. So is
I'm
every.
not like Josh.
Hey, wait. So am I. I'm
Anyway,
very objective, but
yeah. What do you
the
think
thing
about
is,
Chido Obi?
Chido Obi Martin. We
Mm,
talked about Chido Obi Martin, but for a player who is 6'2" and you're 16
mm,
and you're scoring, he scored 32 goals in 20 games.
yeah.
32 goals in 20 games, as in that's quite and for the under 18s, you see the under 18s Premier League is just a
Mm,
tier down the Premier League. I mean, that is not
correct.
so bad for a 16-year-old who is already that huge. Imagine
Well,
how we will look at 18. So I hope that United do snatch him up from under Arsenal's fingernails, and yeah, in 2 years we can say we do have another Van Persie.
bro, man, you're pulling strings. You're putting him way up there. But anyway, as you said, in 2 years,
No,
you never know anything can happen. Well, moving on
yeah,
real fast, Rafael Varane has finished his move to Como to join Fabregas, and it looks like Fabregas was really, really the main man here to convince Rafael to join him. Those that don't know, Fabregas was confirmed last week as the new manager of Como. What do you think about this? Does he need this? He signed a 2 year deal, by the way, with an option to extend until 2027.
yeah, I believe he's a good friend. He did it more for Fabregas than himself.
Mm,
I mean, to go and play at Como to
mm.
maybe galvanize the boys and put up
Experience.
a solid team for Fabregas going into the season.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. By the way, and do you think Fabregas is going to prosper? Do you see him pulling Xabi Alonso?
I do.
Yeah.
I do believe, in the child, because, oh sorry, I do believe in him because when I saw Fabregas as a child,
Mm,
he was so mature at 16 in that Community Shield game against Man United. The
Mm.
boy came on alongside Patrick Vieira, and you would see Patrick Vieira took to him like he
Legends,
was
legends
taking
in the
care.
Premier League
Yeah,
and
he
for
was
Arsenal
taking
too.
care of a real gem. So his football
Mm.
brain has always been up there, and I see him doing well. I see him doing well at in his management career. It may not be at Como, but I do believe he will do well. He has interesting ideas I've had.
I'm I'm only worried the kind of football he would like to introduce to Italy and the kind of league that they are going to be playing in. I don't see that happening. You know.
Well, the good thing with playing football in Italy is tactically they're very sound. Arguably the best there is in all the five leagues across Europe. They're
Italy has
very
very good defenders,
tactical
by the
in,
way.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, they're very tactical in approach. So if he can pick up on the tactical development in his management style, I think he can manage to put his ideas across.
Okay,
But then you
moving
have to
on.
know that when you're coaching a smaller team,
Mm.
the resources that you have, the type, the players that you have, yeah, you have to adjust and adapt to
Yeah,
even
well,
manage to stay in the league.
that's correct. Thank you, Josh. Also still on Manchester United in other related transfer news, they did inform Fiorentina that they will not be triggering the 20 million euro buyout clause for Sofian Amrabat, which I think is very good because you have kids, uh, the one that Richard, the one that we just talked about. He's still
Richard
young.
Rios, yes,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
still young, 24 years, and you see
yes,
he's just only 17
17
million
million pounds,
pounds. I mean, I
yeah,
would also,
and
unless Sofian is staying on loan, which I also don't think he really did perform very well. It's best you let him go, take off the
it,
wages, bring fresh blood in.
but the thing though is, Man United did not trigger the mandatory mandatory clause of
Mm,
because we did not want to pay 20 million euros, but we are open to negotiate with Fiorentina for Sofian Amrabat. So if we are buying Amrabat for say 12 million pounds, say maybe 15 million euros or 10 million euros, we
mm.
get him off their books, we can still do a deal for him.
Yeah,
But I
but
would still
anyway,
prefer my Richard
exactly.
Rios.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Torino have reached an agreement to sign Che Adams on a transfer, on a free transfer, according to Di Marzio. Then we have. Uh, did you see this ridiculous rumor that has been going on? But anyway, it's Mail Sport that De Bruyne has agreed personal terms with Al Ittihad. I mean, it has been
It has
rubbished
been
completely.
denied. Sources
Yeah,
from Saudi Arabia have denied it.
yeah, I think it's really it's rubbish, honestly speaking. I don't know why anyone would do that.
Yeah, but
It's rubbish. It's not true.
I would think that City can let go of Kevin De Bruyne. It's time for him to move on.
Mm,
He spent like 2 seasons at Man City with say in a season, if it would average 2 seasons, he would play 60 games. He's played maybe 30.
mm.
Yeah, in across 2 seasons. So it would be okay for Man City to let him go and maybe make some money off him. Though Saudi Arabia, they're more interested in Moussa Diaby
Yeah,
from
they want.
Aston
By the
Villa.
way, I think it's always done, but that's a very, very surprising. And they paid a lot,
Very,
a huge. I
very
don't know why you would do
surprising.
that. I think it's for the money. It's for the money because
Not
they
even
paid
just the
50
money,
million
but
euros.
maybe he fell out with Unai Emery because
But even if he
Unai
fell
Emery
out
has
with,
already replaced him with Unai. Yeah,
yeah, but okay, even if he fell out, okay, yeah, it's true. They've already replaced him, but I
they've
mean,
already
unless that,
replaced him. But I mean,
yeah,
even if I
are the
would say
agents
that maybe
sleeping?
he fell
His
out with
agent is
Unai
sleeping.
because they're pushing him out. They're pushing him
I
out.
know, but his agent is also sleeping. But maybe he also wants to go there, as I've said, for the money.
Yeah,
Because, bro,
yeah.
anyway,
Plus, Aston
uh,
Villa is getting good money selling him 50 million.
yeah, 50 million euros. That's a lot of money. Well, Reigns have submitted a proposal for Verona, for Verona's Jackson Jackson. I don't know how to pronounce the other name. It's very. Is it? I'm not going to say it, but anyhow, he's forward and plays for the Cameroon national team, and looks like Reigns is into him, and negotiations are ongoing. It's very good to see that some countries are also
Cameroonians,
going for, yeah, for a
some
few. I
Africans
think
are
some
making
Africans,
news.
but that's expected when it comes to France or the French league. You know,
Yes.
it's expected. What else? I think that's all we have for today. Calafiori, he looks set to sign for Arsenal very soon. Borussia Dortmund have made contact with Man City to discuss Jan Koto deal conditions because Dortmund are not ready to pay his release clause, that is 40 million euros. So negotiations are ongoing. Dortmund's plan is to pay around 20 to 25 maximum. Che Adams, we've talked about him. Inaki Williams is still interested in joining Barcelona. Barcelona also wants to sign him. I don't know. I don't know, Josh. You had told me earlier about a Chelsea
I,
player,
I don't
a
think
player wanted by Chelsea.
But I don't think Inaki Williams is going to go to Barcelona.
Why? Yeah.
For crying out loud, they're getting rid of Rafinha. As in, they can't be interested in Inaki Williams. Inaki Williams just wants to tug on his brother's card.
No, sorry, not
Yeah.
Inaki. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I said Inaki. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
guys. Sorry, Nico Williams.
Oh, Nico.
That's why I was wondering why you're
Oh.
laughing. Guys, whoever is watching, sorry, I apologize. Nico Williams. I
I
was
can
wondering why you're
imagine
laughing.
even Inaki Williams does not see once his agent tells him that Barcelona is interested in you, he will just call it. He'll just tell him that's a
Bro,
bluff.
guys, I'm sorry to everyone who's watching. It's Nico Williams. No wonder
No
Joshua's
worries though.
Yo, no wonder you're laughing. But yeah, you had told me. By the
Uh,
way, Everton looks like Everton. I don't know why they did reject United's offer. It seems it's only United that had concrete interest in their player,
Brantwaite, yeah,
Gerard Braithwaite. Yeah, and
Brantwaite.
if Braithwaite is not coming, or rather leaving Everton, because his price tag is 70 million pounds to 8 million pounds with add-ons. United
That's
stepped out.
crazy.
There was a
You
rumor
know,
with Chelsea. Chelsea distanced themselves, and looks
you
like
know.
White is going to stay with Everton. They
Yeah,
have
let him
no,
stay.
they have
Let him.
nothing to do but to give him a better deal.
Yeah, but they still don't have the money to. As in, they should just They should just let him go. Let the boy
Mm,
go and play for United. Because in next season we shall come for him if we don't get the lead,
and cheaply,
and we
but
shall
I think
get him at 50 below. You know the new the recently introduced profit and sustainability rules in the
mm,
Premier League have gotten all teams a bit worry about their expenditure. You know,
mm.
most of the teams are cautious about the transactions that they're doing. Um, they are very calculative and they want a fair price. You remember the windows before where players would be going for 80 million euros and
I
stuff like
know.
that too. Yeah, this window most players are the most a player is going for is
Clubs.
50 million euros.
Yeah, and it's very good that that is happening because that's why I think rather sorry that's why I still think either Napoli reduces that 130 million euros or they stay with their victor. You know, and Italy has
Okay,
that tendency. Do you know Lazio?
ADL De Laurentiis is quite a
He's crazy.
negotiator. He's crazy. It's
He's
very
a tough guy.
difficult to negotiate
You
with.
know,
He's
they've
a
missed.
very
I think
tough
it's
guy.
Napoli. I remember teams like
But even
Napoli.
equally PSG, equally PSG is asking for a lot
Ugarte
of money
for
for
Ugarte.
Ogate. So is
I know.
Benfica asking a lot of money for Yao Neves.
That's a lot of money for Neves, by the way. A lot of
Yeah,
money.
but you know what Benfica does when they get them young and they start to play, they sign professional
See how
contracts,
much.
man.
See how
They
much
have
Chelsea paid for
ridiculous
Enzo
release
Fernandez.
clauses. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I said. See how much Chelsea paid for Enzo Fernandez, bro. I didn't think
Yes.
they were going to play
Yes.
that But it's very good that this season teams are toning down or clubs are toning down, and
Yeah.
they are walking away. And I'm so happy United walked away from the Branthwaite's
Yeah.
deal and opted for a
A
cheaper
better player.
option and better
Always
player
say
as
a
well.
better player.
Uh, no, no, cheaper and better player. I'll say cheaper because it's a bit cheaper, but
Oh
he's
yeah.
very,
Oh
very
yeah.
good, very,
Yeah.
very good. And as I was saying, Italian teams have that tendency because you look, Lazio lost. Did they lose?
Eh,
How much was
SMS.
paid for Savic?
Sergei Milankovic.
Yeah,
I don't
how
remember
much?
the I don't quite
But it was
remember the
less
figure.
compared
Yeah,
to,
but it
they
was
were
less
once
than
given a
e-
bid of 80 million euros, sorry,
yes,
pounds, I
yes.
think, and it was turned down because they wanted
Even
100.
United was rumored to have interest in Belotti at a certain point from
Belotti,
Torino.
yeah,
Yeah,
from Torino. I
for
think they did
ridiculous
that time.
amounts of money.
They got Lukaku,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that time
before
they
we
got
got Lukaku.
Lukaku. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course, United did pay a lot of money for Lukaku, around 90 something, but Torino was saying 100, 110, ridiculous, and
yeah.
freely
We.
he moved on. I don't know whether
uh,
they think about that sometimes and regret. So it's the same thing I see with Napoli. If they're not serious, if PSG walks away from this deal, Victor has to perform twice. He has to put up
yeah.
a performance twice he did last year. He has to put up a
Yeah, but
very, very good
sometimes De
performance
Laurentiis
to stay in the
is
news.
not making the price high for the money. He's making the price high to make sure you cannot afford to buy the player.
Yeah, anyway,
He's
there's
that
also
type
that.
of guy. Yeah.
Mm. Well, thank you so much, everyone who's watching Sports Jazz. I have Josh with me. We've been going through the transfer news. We've talked about Manchester United that are still and currently dominating the transfer news. We've talked about Arsenal. They are also picking up pace. Liverpool, I don't know what's happening. Chelsea, it's a graveyard. Man City, they did sign Savi. And I see they want to go. I don't know if it's true. They want to go in for the 68 million pounds rated a player for Crystal Palace. That's Eze, and English player
Yeah.
as well. I still think that's way too high. And no one is going in for Mark Guehi or Gehi, as
McGahey,
some want to
yeah,
call him. Yeah,
I had some news today about McGahey, and I was like, oh, but Isaac's guy is here.
I know.
Someone wants him, but when I read the story, I didn't much believe it because it was he was rumored to go to Arsenal.
Oh, come.
Yeah, so
That's why you didn't believe it, bro. They
I
are
didn't
pulling
believe it
strings. They're
one
already
bit.
going to sign. They're going to sign
Calafiori.
Calafiori. Yeah,
Yeah, but Calafiori is a player who can fit into
the
the
Arsenal.
system of
Mm.
Mikel Arteta. But much as Gehi is good, but he does not have the football brain without the blackboard. So
Anyway,
I don't think
it's
he'd
been a
be
pleasure,
Arteta
guys.
would be
Josh
bringing
with
him.
me, I myself, Isaac, Sports Jazz, guys. Please do subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those that have been streaming with us right from the start to the end, we really, really appreciate you. Please, again, don't stop subscribing. Like our videos, share our videos, and we are very soon. The Premier League is about. The Premier League will be starting. We also have the Community Shield game coming very
Shield.
soon, and we will be streaming that as well. And yeah, Josh, I think that's it. Please say something, one or two words. Guitar is missing, guys. Guitar is missing. Our
Yeah,
pan is not
guys, thanks
full,
for watching, and
but we
shout
are going to
outs
drag him here.
to everyone who will come on later after the live stream. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and like our videos.
All right, signing out, guys. It's been a pleasure once again. Sports Jazz, Isaac, and Josh. See you very soon. Cheers. Tomorrow, same time.